situation.
Hello and welcome. We are live from New Delhi. You're watching DD India Sports Buzz. I'm Abhishek Mahajan. In the next half an hour, we'll get you all the latest news and updates coming up in the next half an hour. Rohit Sharma heaps high praise on Shivam Dubey and Yashasvi Jaiswal after series clinching win against Afghanistan. Says Dubey is a big guy and powerful. Jaiswal capable of playing all the formats. In women's Olympic hockey qualifiers, India bounced back to beat New Zealand 3-1 and stay alive in race for Paris Olympics. Vinicius Junior's hat-trick leads Real Madrid to Spanish Super Cup glory with 4-1 win over Barcelona. And in Australian Open, easy wins for Tsitsipas, Gauff. Medvedev gets a walkover. Andy Murray crashes out after losing in straight sets. All right, we'll start with cricket. Half centuries from Yashasvi Jaiswal and Shivam Dubey helped India beat Afghanistan by 6 wickets in the second T20I in Indore. The men in blue have taken an unassailable 2-0 lead in the 3-match series. Batting first, Afghanistan rode on Gulbuddin Naib's 57 of 35 deliveries before India applied the brakes. But a late assault from Karim Jannat and Mujibur Rahman, who scored a combined 41 of 19, lifted the visitors to 172. During the chase, Fazal Haq Farooqi bowled Rohit Sharma for a first ball duck. Rohit was out without scoring in the first game too. Though Virat Kohli also looked to attack right away, he was a lot more successful than his captain, scoring 29 of 16. Though the stars of the match were Jaiswal and Dubey, Jaiswal reached his 50 of 27 balls and Dubey of just 22, as both tried to send every possible ball to the boundary. As a result, India chased down the target of 173 in just 15.4 overs. And India captain Rohit Sharma on Sunday added feather to his cap as he became the first men's player to play 150 2020 internationals. Rohit achieved this feat during the second T20I match against Afghanistan at the Holkar Cricket Stadium. During the match, Rohit also set a record by becoming the first player to win 100 2020 internationals. In terms of appearances in the shortest format of the game, the Indian opener is followed by Paul Stirling of Ireland. Rohit returned to India's T20I setup for the first time since the end of the ICC Men's T20 World Cup 2022. He led his side to a 6-wicket victory over Afghanistan in the first T20I in Mohali. Now, the Board of Control for Cricket in India, which is BCCI, has sought applications for national selectors position, leading to swirls of speculation over the fall guy from the existing full 5-member committee. January 25th is the last day for submission of application from candidates who have played 7 Test or 30 first-class games or 10 ODIs and 20 first-class matches. The candidates should also have retired at least 5 years ago, and no member who has been part of any cricketing committee for a total of 5 years shall be eligible for the role. Interestingly, the notice does not mention any age cap. All right, from cricket to hockey now. The Indian women's hockey team outplayed New Zealand to secure a sensational 3-1 win in their second Pool B match in the FIH Hockey Olympic qualifiers. India's goals were scored by Sangeeta Kumari, Udita and Beauty Dungdung, while New Zealand's lone goal came from Megan Hull. A goal in the opening minute of the match gave India a flying start, and India continued their rampaging form in the first quarter as they extended their lead to 3-1. India's defenders intercepted almost all of New Zealand's long balls and managed the backline efficiently. Though New Zealand tried their best to come back in the final moments of the match, India held their nerves to seal 3 points from this match. All right, from hockey to tennis now to day two's action from the ongoing Australian Open. Coco Gauff calmed her opening round nerves to beat Slovakia's Anna Karolina Schmildova 6-3, 6-0 at the Australian Open on Monday. The fourth seed, Gauff, took some time to find a groove on serve after making some adjustments ahead of the new season. Gauff traded breaks freely with Schmidlova after her opening service game, but settled into her stride to produce a late hold and wrap up the first set. The 19-year-old stepped up a few gears in the next set. Former French Open runner-up Gauff was barely troubled from there as she served out the match, finishing it off with a neat backhand winner to set up a meeting with fellow American Caroline Dolehide in round 2. And talking about men's singles now, Russian third seed Daniil Medvedev survived a scare as he fought back from a set down before his opponent Terence Atmane quit in tears because of a cramp in Australian Open first round. Qualifier Atmane won the opening set before Medvedev, runner-up in 2021 and 2022, turned the match around. Medvedev led 5-7, 6-2, 6-4, 1-0 when the Frenchman was forced to retire. And Stefanos Tsitsipas was slow out of the blocks, but he quickly adjusted to accelerate to victory against Belgian lucky loser Zizou Bergs. Last year's finalist struggled to find any rhythm in the first set on a sun-baked Rod Laver Arena, falling behind to energetic Bergs, who was aiming to earn his maiden major win. The Greek earned a 5-7, 6-1, 6-1, 6-3 win to reach the second round in the Melbourne for the sixth straight year. And Britain's Andrew Murray crashed out from the Australian Open after suffering a 4-6, 2-6, 2-6 straight sets defeat to Argentina's Thomas Martin Echeverry. Murray has now hinted at retirement, as he said his first round defeat could be his last time out at the Australian Open. And earlier on day one, Australian Open champion Aryna Sabalenka made quick work of German qualifier Ella Seidel with a 6-0, 6-1 victory on the Grand Slam's opening day. The powerful second seed from Belarus wasted little time in asserting herself as she raced to a 5-0 lead in the opening set, which she wrapped up in 22 minutes with a couple of cool backhand volleys at the net. Sabalenka continued to dominate and surge ahead 3-0 in the next as Seidel struggled to compete. Grand Slam main draw debutant Seidel finally got on the scoreboard at 5-1, but there was no stopping Sabalenka, who sent out a warning to her rivals with a dominant display. And defending champion Novak Djokovic began his quest for 11th Australian Open title by defeating Dino Prismi 6-2, 6-7, 6-3, 6-4 in the first round on Sunday. In what was the longest first round tie Djokovic ever played at a Grand Slam, with the match ending at the stroke of the fourth hour, the Serb prevailed after conceding their second set and survived a late fight back as well. He, in the end, Djokovic praised the 18-year-old, which was summed up in an epic gesture after the match finished. And here's how the action unfolded on the opening day of the first Grand Slam of the year. Take a look at this Australian Open wrap.
Fourth seed Jannik Sinner got off to a winning start in his bid to claim his first Grand Slam title at the Australian Open. The Italian defeated unseeded Dutchman Baltic van de Zandschulp 6-4, 7-5, 6-3 in the opening round on Sunday. Russian Andrei Rublev survived a scare from Brazil's Thiago Seyboth-Wild to advance to round 2. The fifth seed overcame free-swinging Thiago Seyboth-Wild 7-5, 6-4, 3-6, 4-6, 7-6 at Margaret Court Arena. Taylor Fritz, ranked 12 in the world, made a crucial comeback from behind against Argentina's Facundo Diaz-Acosta, which also ended in a 5-set thriller 4-6, 6-3, 3-6, 6-2, 6-4, seeing Fritz advance into the second round. American 17th seed Francis Tiafoe defeated Borna Coric in a hard-fought 4-set battle 6-3, 7-6, 2-6, 6-3 at Melbourne Park. Caroline Wozniacki advanced to the second round following Magda Linette's retirement at Melbourne Park. Wozniacki set the pace in her first Melbourne Park match since 2020, securing a decisive lead of 6-2, 2-0 before Linette had to abandon the match after 55 minutes of play. 8th seed Maria Sakkari also advanced after a straight sets win over Nao Hibino 6-4, 6-1 at the Rod Laver Arena. Last year, Sakkari did not make the best of starts after making a third round exit from the hardcourt tournament.
And tournament director Craig Tiley said on Monday that late finishes are inevitable at the Australian Open despite the introduction of an extra day this year to reduce fixture congestion. The final match of the first day of the Australian Open on Sunday started at 11:41 p.m. local time after Novak Djokovic had taken 4 hours to win his first round match against Dino Prismic. Earlier, the WTA and ATP tours made a joint announcement this month limiting the number of matches that can be scheduled on a court in an evening session. It banned contests beginning after 11 p.m. in the interest of player welfare. Players including Djokovic backed the extension of the tournament if it resulted in fewer late finishes. All right, with this, we'll slip into a very short break, but still to come on this edition of DD India Sports Buzz. The India Open 750 tournament kick-starts from Tuesday. And Kenyan runner Agnes Getich breaks 10-kilometer world record in Valencia.
This is Dashrath Mahal or Dashrath Palace, which is thought to have served the home of Lord Rama in his younger days and also served as a capital of King Dashrath.
राम राज्य पूर्णतः 22 जनवरी को वापस आ रहा है। हम लोगों में एकदम हर्ष उल्लास है। जय श्री राम।
पूरी अयोध्या मानो दुल्हन की तरह सज गई है।
राम राज्य के दर्शन करने सब राज आएगा। ये पृथ्वी का ना राजा राम जी है।
अयोध्या में राम जी का भव्य मंदिर, दिव्य मंदिर बन रहा है। ये हमारे स्वाभिमान का प्रतीक है।
Iconic Ram Ki Pedi or the series of ghats on the bank of much revered river Saryu.
राम जी का राज्य था, राम जी का राज्य है, राम जी का राज्य रहेगा।
Welcome back. You're watching DD India Sports Buzz. I'm Abhishek Mahajan. Some more stories. Indian shuttlers Satvik Sairaj Rankireddy and Chirag Shetty went down in the finals of the Malaysia Open Super 1000 tournament on Sunday. The Indian duo lost after winning the first set to Chinese pair of Wong and Liang 21-9, 18-21, 21-17. The Asian Games gold medalist showcased a dominant performance throughout the first game, swiftly claiming the first set in a mere 16 minutes. However, the world's #1 pair from China made a swift comeback, including a return from being down 3-10 in the final set to clinch the title. And some of the best badminton players from around the world, including top Indian shuttlers like HS Pranoy and Satvik Sairaj Rankireddy and Chirag Shetty, will be in action at the India Open 2024 badminton tournament, which starts at the KD Jadhav Indoor Hall in New Delhi from Tuesday. The India Open, a BWF Super 750 event, is the second tournament in the 2024 badminton calendar after the recently concluded Malaysia Open. After their runners-up finish in Malaysia, Indian doubles duo of Satvik Sairaj Rankireddy and Chirag Shetty, currently #2 in the rankings, will look forward to another good run, this time at home. Commonwealth Games gold medalist Lakshya Sen and former world #1 Kidambi Srikanth will be two other former champions eyeing a second title. Lakshya won the men's singles India Open title back in 2022, while Srikanth was triumphant back in 2015. However, world #8 HS Pranoy will be the only seeded Indian in the men's singles main draw at the India Open, which concludes on January 21st. With two-time Olympic medalist PV Sindhu still regaining fitness after an injury layoff, India will be without representation in women's singles at the New Delhi meet. An Indian shuttler HS Pranoy is really excited to play India Open in front of his home crowd. In an exclusive interaction with DD India's Suchitra, Pranoy talked about his game, Paris Olympics and much more. Take a listen.
HS Pranoy, last year was a very successful year for you, and India Open, you are going to play at your home turf. How excited you are for this tournament?
Well, I guess it's really exciting to play India Open, and I think been playing India Open since last 12 to 13 years odd, and uh, India Open has always given good memories out there, and to come back to Delhi in front of our home support, I think it's definitely going to be exciting out there with a lot of youngsters out there to support you, and hopefully going to be a good week for me in this Delhi India Open.
And you are opening against Chowthi and Chain, who is a very strong player. So how do you look at the draw? How are you looking at the first match?
I think, as I said, men's singles is a department which is very competitive out there right from the first round. So, and I think against Chow, I think we had a lot of close encounters in the past, and recently also we played a couple of times. So it's definitely going to be a tough round for me, but I think we'll have to prepare accordingly, and hopefully we can come out on the right side here.
And this year is a special year because the Paris Olympics are there. There are points to be gained for the Paris Olympics. So how do you look at this year, and what are your special preparations for the Paris Olympics?
I think, as you said, the task is definitely to qualify for the Olympics, and the first task is that, and that's the biggest task also as of now. And I think for me, the only thing which kind of is important is to play consistent badminton, and I think the next 2-3 months is going to be even more tougher, because if everybody is gunning for that Olympic sport, so I think the competition is going to be a little bit more higher in the next few months, considering the Olympic qualification also. So, but I think I'm ready for it. The body is ready for it in the next 3-4 months. I think I've trained enough in the last 1.5 months, and hopefully we can get some really good results in the coming few months.
Thank you so much for talking to us.
And star shuttler Lakshya Sen is also geared up for the India Open. He will take on compatriot Priyanshu Rajawat in the opening round. He also interacted with DD India's correspondent Suchitra.
इस वक्त हमारे साथ हैं भारतीय बैडमिंटन स्टार लक्ष्य सेन। लक्ष्य, ये साल काफ़ी अहम रहने वाला है, पेरिस ओलंपिक भी है और इंडिया ओपन में जो पॉइंट्स अवेलेबल हैं, किस तरह से देखते हैं इंडिया ओपन को और इस साल को अपने लिए?
जी, काफ़ी बड़ा टूर्नामेंट है इंडिया ओपन मेरे लिए स्पेशली, और जब इतने सारे लोग हॉल पे होते हैं, आपको पूरा क्राउड का बैकिंग होता है, तो आई थिंक इट्स अ डिफरेंट फीलिंग, एंड एट एवरी पॉइंट दे जस्ट चेयर यू अप. तो आई थिंक मेरे लिए स्पेशली आई हैव वन दिस टूर्नामेंट 2 years बैक, तो आई वुड want to repeat that performance, but I think having said that, I'm really focused on giving my best in all the matches that I play, and yes, there is it's an important year for everyone, and I'm really focused on doing well in the big tournaments like India Open, and then going ahead in the Olympic qualification tournaments that I'll be playing, and yes, I think the main aim will be Paris.
और शुरुआत आप कर रहे हैं प्रियांशु के खिलाफ, तो किस तरह से देखते हैं ड्रॉ को? 2 इंडियन प्लेयर्स पहले ही राउंड में जब मिल जाएंगे, कोई एक ही आगे जा पाएगा?
आई थिंक यस, सारे ही आई थिंक जितने टॉप 32 प्लेयर्स हैं, काफ़ी कम्पिटिटिव है मेन सिंगल्स का ड्रॉ, एंड यस, प्रियांशु के साथ फर्स्ट मैच है. आई थिंक ऑफ द कोर्ट हम लोग काफ़ी अच्छे दोस्त हैं, बट आई थिंक ऑन द कोर्ट everyone is there to win. तो मैं यही आई एम एक्सपेक्टिंग अ रियली गुड फर्स्ट राउंड मैच अगेंस्ट प्रियांशु.
और अपनी फिटनेस और अपनी फॉर्म के बारे में क्या कहेंगे? आपकी बॉडी कैसी फील कर रही है, कैसी फिटनेस है इस साल में, कैसी उम्मीदें हैं आपकी अपने आप से?
आई थिंक लास्ट ईयर एंड में जो मुझे टाइम मिला था, आई थिंक 6 to 7 weeks ऑफ ट्रेनिंग, एंड आई थिंक काफ़ी टाइम बाद इतना टाइम मुझे मिला फॉर माई सेल्फ टू train, because this being the Olympic qualification year, there were many tournaments, but I think the last few months I've really focused on improving myself on the court and my fitness levels as well. So I think looking forward to the season, and I think the work that I have put in will definitely help me, and I think it's a long process of hard work, of taking care of my body and being fit for every matches.
And the second edition of India's Kho-Kho League, Ultimate Kho-Kho, concluded on Saturday with Gujarat Giants becoming the champions. Gujarat Giants defeated Chennai Quick Guns 31-26 at the Jawaharlal Nehru Stadium in Cuttack on Saturday. Despite battling bouts of inconsistency during the league phase, Gujarat Giants were superb on the day as they closed off the contest in the first innings itself to the Quick Guns, who were favourites coming into the match. Gujarat Giants took prize of $137,000, while Chennai Quick Guns received $68,215. Odisha Juggernauts, who finished third by defeating Telugu Yodhas, received $36,200. Sanket Kadam was adjudged the best attacker of the match, while Vijay Shinde won the best defender of the match. Suyash Gargate won the Ultimate Kho-Kho of the Match award. All right, football now. Real Madrid has been crowned Spanish Super Cup champions after a 4-1 demolition of bitter rivals Barcelona in Saudi Arabia. Vinicius Jr. scored a hat-trick to secure Real Madrid's third straight win in El Clasico and give them a 13th Super Cup success.
Vinicius Jr. scored a hat-trick in the first half as Real Madrid were crowned Spanish Super Cup champions after a 4-1 demolition of bitter rivals Barcelona in Saudi Arabia. Real dominated every aspect of the game and toyed with last year's champions, who could not handle Vinicius.
Well, it was a match, a final that we wanted to win. I think we won it deservedly. We started well, taking advantage of the high line Barcelona was playing at the start. Vinicius was in extraordinary form. He played an extraordinary match at the back, especially in the second half. Our block did quite well. It was a complete match. We are very happy, and now we move on to the next matches.
Vinicius scored with two close-range efforts before Robert Lewandowski reduced the deficit with a strike on the rebound. Vinicius extended Real's lead minute from the penalty spot after being fouled by Araujo inside the box.
Regarding the match, I'm very happy. Very excited about my team, what we achieved today. Playing against Barcelona is never easy, and winning 4-1 is very difficult. And we were almost perfect throughout the whole match.
The goal was a hammer blow for Barcelona, who were dominated in the second half, and Rodrigo struck Real's fourth from a rebound. Real Madrid ended the contest with 10 men after defender Ronald Araujo was sent off for a second booking after two fouls.
We have to take the criticism on the chin and keep on working. There is nothing else for it. It's a tough defeat, but we have responded well from the tough defeats before, and certainly I'm convinced that we will be back competing in the best way possible.
This was Madrid's third straight win in El Clasico and gave them a 13th Super Cup success, one behind Barcelona's record 14th win.
And Iran beat Palestine 4-1 in the Asian Cup Group C opener, where a show of solidarity by Iranian fans and players was quickly followed by a football masterclass from the three-times champions. The Iranian fans gave the Palestinians a warm welcome and loudly cheered the squad before the national anthem was played. But once the game kicked off, Iran were ruthless in attack as they dominated the game and barely put a foot wrong. Saman Ghoddos created 2 goals inside 12 minutes for Karim Ansarifar and Shoja Khalilzadeh, while Ali Reza Johan Baksh set up Mehdi Ghaedi for the third, but Tamir Sayam got one back from Palestine just before the break. Sardar Azmoun made it 4-1 after the break to put the game out of reach, and although the Palestinians managed to mount a couple of promising attacks, Iran held firm to go top of the group.
The support of everyone inside the stadium and outside the stadium gave us good motivation, but unfortunately, technical mistakes on the field were the reason we lost. We didn't lose focus because of the support. The support makes us stronger and makes us give everything we have got. Hopefully, we will do better in the next game.
We look forward for the next game, and we try to make the people happy, the fans, all who support us. And I know it was bad today, but we will stay positive and look forward.
Now, Kenyan runner Agnes Gettish broke the 10-kilometer world record in Valencia, shaving 28 seconds off the previous mark, becoming the first woman to run the distance in under 29 minutes. Gettish clocked a time of 28 minutes and 46 seconds, breaking Yalim Zerf Yehuwala's road mixed race world record set 2 years ago. The 22-year-old World Cross Country Championships 2023 team gold medalist had previously set the 10-kilometer world record in a women-only race in September with a time of 29:24. Uganda's Jacob Keplimo won the men's race in Valencia with a time of 26 minutes and 48 seconds.
I'm so happy. I didn't expect this for world record because I was coming to improve my time. At least I come 29 early or 29:14 somewhere there. But I am happy that I ran a world record of 28. I'm so happy. I didn't expect this.
Well, that's all we have in this edition of Sports Buzz. You stay tuned for more news and updates. Namaskar.